As you know, few minutes ago was official announced new Canon EOS RP. We already have it for a few hours, so we are creating this video as a first review or first impression of this new mirrorless system. If you are looking for this video in Slovak language, you will be able to find it in few hours on our channel, but this time we start with the English version of this review. We already have this camera for 2 or 3 hours, so we already tested it, and also we'll be creating a new video with the impression from the field. So we'll take it out and make some pictures, test it in different conditions and so on. So stay tuned, and in few days you will be able to see another video with the real images from outside and also from real testing. So this one is just the first impression of this new body. As you know, it was announced today in the morning, few minutes ago, and you will be able to buy this one in March. So I think in one and a half months you will be able to buy it. Still, we don't have the price tag for this model, but as you can see, the model itself has a little bit changed. When you turn it around, there is no slide bar, or how they call it officially. It's just gone. Also, the display from the top, where you are able to switch the modes and so on, it's gone, and they return to their previous version of the mode controller, so as the same as was in old DSLR. Other thing that changed, not so much. Only big thing, it's there. They put the new battery inside. It's called LPA17, and also the slot for memory card, it's next to the battery. So the standard doors that was on the side, it's gone. But I think from the user point of view, the placement of the card slot, also the weather sealing this way, can be a little bit better. That's from the top, it's all that's changed. Also, just the viewfinder is a little bit smaller, but that's not so big difference. When you take it from the usage point of view, I think the vloggers will be really surprised, because the camera itself fits in your hand quite good. When you take it like for vlogging, I will turn it on. You can see that from my finger you can switch it on and off, just the recording button. So it's for the placement for vloggers, it's on a really good side of the camera body, and also it's kind of better than the EOS R itself. Okay, let's go through the specification. Probably all of you already know them, but I will summarize the most important things. It has a sensor, a full frame sensor with 26 megapixels. I think that's plenty enough, and also for standard commercial use, also you can print billboards from this resolution, so I think that's more than enough. From the ISO side, it has a maximum ISO of 40,000. Also, it's, I think, same as was 5D Mark IV. So from the side of ISO, there's nothing much to change. As an autofocus system, as we are used to, Canon still using their dual pixel autofocus, which I think is one of the best on the market. Also, the eye detection works very well. Later on, I will show you some picture that we tried to we tried to put the autofocus in the test. It performs very well. Still, you have more than 4,500 AF positions, so I think for the also eye detection and everything else, it is quite a lot, and I think more than enough. The autofocus will also perform very well in low light. The maximum darkness you are allowed to focus in, it's at 4.5 EV. So also we tested it in very dark situation, and the autofocus system works very well and very fast. So I think 1D X Mark II will allow you to focus in just -4 EV. so this is a little bit better. When we go to the side of the video, it allows you to shoot on 4K. We still don't have the frame rate, but I think a few minutes ago was it officially announced also the frame rate for video. So also I think that all the cameramans and vloggers and everybody else will be really surprised for the result of this. So let's go to the from the side ports, because I think for me it's very important to connect the camera itself to my computer and so on. You have standard HDMI port, also USB-C. I was a little bit disappointed because I think in EOS 7D Mark II that was first time they put also some small of holder, so you will not broke your connectors. This time it is missing, so I was a little bit disappointed from that. Otherwise, you have also port for microphone and also for your headphones. So from this side, I think basically all the necessary ports are here. This is all from the first impression of the body itself, and take a look from few pictures we already made with this one. So we already created a few images with this camera, and let me show them to you. I have a friend of mine here called Michal, he's our cameraman, and he was trying to move from the side to side. Also, I was trying to move forward and backward, also to the side. As you can see, we are shooting these images with 35mm lens at f1.8, so quite wide open. And as you can see, both images are perfectly sharp on his eyes. So the autofocus really performed quite well. Also, we tried to focus in a really low light. This shot was taken in our studio with all the lights off. We just turned on our LED lights around us. So as you can see, the performance of autofocus did quite good job in low light. So I think this camera and EOS system itself was built just mainly for the low light. Also, we tried to see how the autofocus eye detection will work. This is a setup when Michal was setting up his camera, and he was moving behind the camera itself. And the autofocus performed quite well, because you can see that the LCD display from the Ursa was in front of him, and every time he moved, he catches up quite quickly. So at the end result, the camera itself, for me, it was like a big surprise. I wasn't really impressed by the EOS R system itself, and when the last year was the EOS R, but with EOS RP, the camera is quite smaller. It weighs only 490 grams, so it's quite light. And afterwards, also in hand, it fits quite good. They also prepared something they called battery grip. I'm not sure if it is battery grip. It's something you put on the bottom of the camera, so it will be a little bit bigger and you can hold it better. But I think I have standard size of the hand and it fits in my head perfectly. So when I sum it up, this is the camera for everybody. If you are looking for your second camera as a wedding photographer, if you are looking for your main camera as a boudoir photographer, and you are shooting in studio, I think this is quite good camera, also with the USB-C connector. If you are shooting in studio, it's not so big, it's not so expensive, and I think the resolution and the performance and the autofocus will perform very well. So I hope I can see you in few days or 2 weeks in our in-depth review of this camera or of the new system. So see you in 2 weeks probably, and we'll bring you the real field testing. So we'll go outside, make some pictures. Also, we want to attend a climbing competition when we want to see how the autofocus will perform on moving objects. So see you soon, and let us know what you are thinking about this new Canon EOS RP.